shoot. Oh, paid my parents back for my tuition. She was forced to pay it.
Do you think that would be your best gift towards
Hey, the girl was
for your
forced to
parents
pay her
to pay back
tuition.
your tuition?
I'm never gonna pay it back though.
With
He putting
No, I don't
stank
want
on
to.
it.
I'm just a bad daughter.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oftentimes when people seek out
I want
nicely
to.
for a content creator, entrepreneur, or beat whatever odds are placed in front of them, you're gonna get a lot of people in your ear telling you you can't do this, you won't be successful, and ultimately you won't have the full support that you need in order to make the journey happen. But ultimately, if you want to step out there and take a leap of faith, not like Shanique Moore, but doing what you do and becoming whatever you want to be, that has to be a journey that you fly solo. That's most people's situation. Now there are definitely other cases where people have the full support of their family, their parents, their brothers, their loved ones. In an extra Emily situation, she had the full financial support of her parents, and when she made it big, she decided to repay them by not repaying.
But you could.
Yeah, but I'm not
Wait,
going
do you
to.
have student loans?
Yeah, student loans to my parents.
And you're making them pay it off?
No, like my parents paid, and then they're like, pay us back for college, and I just like don't want to. They're fine.
Are you doing it kind of like almost out of spite because you're like, I don't want to because like, I can, but I know that you guys don't need it?
Yes, they don't need it. And I'm like,
You don't need it.
Ooh, her logic and reasoning behind this is not the best, but I'm gonna give her a chance here. So the gist is her parents paid for her tuition in full, all $170,000, and shouts out to them. It took her 2 years longer than it was supposed to, but ultimately she got the job done. The money went to good use. It gave her the opportunity for a life in which they didn't have. Like she literally went Ivy League for Pete's sake. Most people don't do that. Now the problem that I have with Emily here is that she was on the path of paying it back. She paid about $10,000 back to them, but then she decided to stop. And maybe deciding to stop isn't the worst idea in the world, but her reasoning for stopping is to do it out of spite. Ooh. Fighting your parents vocally is obviously crazy. Like, I don't even think I could verbalize those in words. Like, there's nothing to really say there. And I know she wasn't expecting this sort of interaction or reaction from her fans and her chats and her friends in the situation, because they are telling her, go ahead and pay them back. But Emily opens up a little bit more, which we gotta open up our parasocial eye and really investigate what's going on here. And she gives us a little bit more detail to the story.
the only reason they want me to pay it back is because I'm a streamer.
Yeah, you can pay back.
Because I didn't use my degree. So they're like,
How much is
okay,
it?
170K.
You should pay back.
What the fuck? 170K. Nigga, pay that shit back. What the hell? You making they spent 170K just for you to go to shit, and you don't go there, and you're making probably more than that. You made more than that, and you don't pay off. You just did all that just to keep them in fucking debt. In debt. And yeah, basically.
I don't want to. I mean, I did pay them 10K, and then I was like, I'm over this.
So it was 180K in total. That's actually insane.
That whole streamer comment, I think I got a problem there. Now, before I go deeper into this and give my true thoughts and opinions, we gotta go back. We really gotta figure out where this started and get more detail on this. I don't want the allegations that we don't do research here on this channel. This isn't Emily's first time talking about this. She's been on different platforms and podcasts and streams talking about how she has to pay her parents back for this handsome amount of money that they dished out to her for her to get a piece of paper.
What does it feel to disappoint your parents?
I have to pay them back to college now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't use my degree.
Wait, really? That's the punishment?
Yeah, they're like, Emily, now that you're a streamer and you don't even use your degree, you have to pay us back for college. I thought they said it as a joke my freshman year of college. They're like, Emily, you're gonna pay us back for college, right? And I'm like, haha, yeah, sure. And then 4 years later, my mom's like, Emily, you know when you agreed to pay us for college?
How much do you owe them?
Like,
Columbia's not cheap.
I think I'm paying them 8K every 6 months for 10 years.
That's
So
that's such a fucking foreigner parent thing.
yeah.
See, I have problem with them even hanging this over their child's head. Why are we saying that we're putting this money towards this thing that's supposed to be for your future if it comes with all these strings attached? And before they came to some sort of agreement that she ultimately...
But they're in debt now. Like, think about it. They're gonna have less money if they since they paid it for you. They probably took like loans and stuff, which could basically affect like 10K affects them a bit. It's like spent all that money on your kid, don't get the money back, even though he's not wrong. Why does it have strings attached to it when you're literally the loving parents who's supposed to be helping your kid? You know, just what's the word? It's kind of iffy a bit.
Ultimately signed up for. Was this acknowledged or was this explained? She said in the clip that this was some sort of a joke, but it should have been thoroughly explained to her that, hey, you're about to make a decision that is going to be life-changing for you. You're about to sign up for $170,000 in debt, for Pete's sake. So before you decide to go
What's
to
she even going there for? A doctor?
We'll talk about later why I feel like she might have been pressured into doing it. You should be very aware that we expect you to pay us back. I don't know, maybe that would have helped shape her decision making in this situation. But okay, parents helping you become better and have a better future. Not too bad of a deal. And I know that a lot of people have the caveat of using the degree or not using the degree, but she did use the degree at one point.
Graduated from Columbia with a 3.9 GPA?
Yeah.
But why are you streaming? Why aren't you just being successful?
Because I like streaming more. It's too fun.
Yeah, but you could have went to like an Ivy League, like, couldn't you have been something actually in the world?
Yeah, I had a job and I got fired because I streamed during work. I had a finance bank. I like streaming more. It's too fun.
Yeah, but you could have went to like an Ivy League, like, could you have been something actually in the world?
Yeah, I had a job and I got fired because I streamed during work. I had a finance bank.
What the? Are you in finance bank? She was low-key better off like doing some hoodlum shit. Take all the money and dip. You're gonna eventually get caught, but like still, think smarter, not harder. I'm joking. Don't do that. That's dumb as shit.
And I'm not gonna
That's the
cancel
dumbest thing you can do.
Pause the subathon for work. I was like working, and
Dumbest
then
thing.
my manager called me mid subathon because someone snitched on me, and I got fired a few months later. And now I'm a full-time streamer.
Now, as somebody that's participating in the 9-to-5 side hustle concentration sphere, I won't speak to how I handle situations like this. But I do think it's a little bit silly how she was a little bit lackadaisical with how she was, managing her secret life from her employer, especially the type of job that I assumed that she had. Finance banking is a pretty rigid industry. But hey, success stories
it's
don't
kinda
always
stressful,
make
too.
sense. They don't always have the most logical, insane thought process behind them. It wouldn't be rags to riches stories otherwise. Now, everything seemed like it was some sort of non-committal, not serious agreement that they had between Emily and the parents. It was a joke. It'd be nice to get paid back, but if you don't, then it is what it is. But then I saw this one clip and it changed my perspective. Not only did she agree to pay her tuition back in full, it wasn't done in the joking way that we thought before. She actually agreed upon this and then flipped it and said, never mind.
So you don't pay back your tuition because you don't use your degree. You haven't paid us yet.
Because I don't think I can pay you back for my tuition.
But if you sign a contract, allow me to go to the stream, and then I will pay you tuition back full tuition back.
I signed that contract as a joke.
No, there's no joke.
Why the fuck you would sign the contract for as a joke? Literally, first off, nigga, you're supposed to read the contract when you get it. First thing, supposed to read it
How come contract
so you
becomes
can
a
know.
joke?
When mommy asked for the
This is
first
like a
payment, I was
sus
like, "Wait, you're
ass
serious?"
shit.
So we can use that
It's
to
like-
see in the book.
What? Literally, you just gave me a piece of notebook paper, and then you're like, "Just sign
Doesn't
here."
matter what kind of paper it is.
Now, this is where this situation gets really.
Okay, like why you sign the thing? Like why you sign the contract in total? So she probably read it and mom and dad is still gonna let me slide for like still like you're not supposed to. If you knew it was a contract, you're not supposed to just.
Gray, and I don't know their family dynamic, but even here, this conversation seems.
Sign it like that. But you can sign the look your life away just for $20.
However,
If some
from
random person gives you a random ass contract, you actually sign it. You basically belong to them. You're selling yourself off.
Wait.
Slut or some shit.
But like, whose house is it? Whose crib is it?
My crib.
It's your crib.
She's hot, fam. Brother, and then fam, she's fucking telling this girl that, fam, and then my nigga, as I'm fucking now, I'm done fucking around.
my situation doing research on this video, they bring it up quite often, even if it's in a jokey manner. But a contract on a piece of paper, these people act as if this is the most legally binding.
It's actually funny. They should. Okay, Loki, I didn't even realize that. I would Loki thought it was a joke too. On a piece of paper is crazy. I just took it in. A piece. No, like I swear I heard that. But I thought Loki. Yo, I was not paying attention to that. Oh, fuck.
And why are we having these types of conversations about parents and children and stuff like that? Now, she did ultimately agree, so your word is your word. I get that. But putting this much pressure on your child to pay you back is weird. And also, allow to stream. These words that are being used in this conversation to me are kind of wild. At this point, she's a grown adult. Now, if she's dependent on them, that's a whole different conversation and story. I can't vouch for you on this. You got to do what you got to do. And I mean, you got to play ball sometimes. But ultimately, in this conversation, how can you allow your child to do something that they desire to do? That's something that I don't get. Whether they use the degree or not shouldn't be a contingency on if you had to get paid back. If you felt as if the right thing for them to do was get paid back, or if you felt the right thing for your child to do was pay you back, it shouldn't matter if they use that piece of paper.
Do you think it's a waste that I went to college?
That is a really good question. I spent a lot of money and then you become a streamer.
But take you back to college.
Yes, that's a message. Yeah, we're all broke because you went to the college. It's really expensive one, yeah.
Now, I'm going to touch on this concept a little bit later.
Yeah, that's what I was basically talking about. Like, they're literally struggling. Since they're in debt, every single month, depending on, like, you know, they have to pay thing off, so they can't. Maybe their rent or whatever. Are they living in a house? On their house, maybe like the mortgages and stuff haven't paid it off yet, and they just doing some random shit.
Yo, but ultimately, I don't like some of the way that these conversations are being had on camera. It seems like there's a bigger dynamic that goes on behind the scenes that should probably be best left off the internet. But hey, it's the internet. It is what it is. You almost going broke to send your child to Columbia doesn't get any sympathy out of me. You probably should have chose better schools. And I've seen comments that say, oh, well, who's to say Emily didn't want to go to Columbia? She didn't want to go to these private schools, and her parents just sent her there, and they were just trying to appease their child. That's the problem. You're trying to play into this 17-year-old, 18-year-old fantasy of saying, I want to go to these Ivy League schools. If it's not within your budget, if you can't do it without not needing the money to be back in your pockets, hell, if you almost go broke sending your kid to college, then you need to do something different. And I may be speaking from a different perspective because I was able to get a computer science degree under my own merit, with my own money, my own backing. I got it through scholarships, whatever loans I needed to put together, but I did it on my own. I didn't have the luxury of having my parents front this extreme amount of money to get me to some Ivy League school. But my parents set the standard in my house that they weren't paying for college, especially that type of money. Why? Because they weren't going to be on the hook for something like that. And they damn sure weren't going to be expecting that amount of money back from their kids if they paid it off. At that point, it's nasty. And I also think that it's nasty because this is all contingent on her using the degree or not. If she's using the degree, they wouldn't be asking for this. Money, but the fact that she's using it,
yeah, because she's they're happy. Yay, my daughter just did college, and now she's very nice now. Yay, yippee.
And I'm talking about the Asian American, immigrant to American type.
What I'm about to say might be like, you might see that as stupid, but like, just listen. Your predicament is fucked up. Like, real shit. If that happened to me, all my life my girl would be like 6 feet underneath. But like, this like see this shit as it's a negative thing where you can see the positives about that shit. That was the bitch you would have probably
experience
with.
to see what they.
Let's say you got up fully and everything, nigga. this girl would have probably done some slimy shit later on. Like, you know, like, this shit wasn't meant to be, bro. And, like, it happened the way it happened to show you that shit. To show you that shit. So, like, you know, it is what it is. Life is what it is. Like, you got more years in your life. You don't have to worry about a bitch you spent 5 years about.
I would have to say before I explain why I think that this is a little bit of tiger parenting going on.
I don't know her parents more than her. Based off the clips, I'm like, you know, if you a millionaire. Me personally, I would pay off the debt still. But, you know, we all different people.
Out just to get them off you. Sorry. Get them off you so they don't keep asking you and bothering you every single time.
I feel like I'm gonna lose some people. Jason uses some very choice verbiage here, and maybe I'm overanalyzing it. All this is very parasocial at this point. I agree with his ultimate sentiments of, I don't really know them, and I would pay my parents back. But he uses the word debt. I would pay back the debt. How can you be in debt to your parents? Especially because the obligation only relies on what you do in life or how much money you specifically make. If she was supposed to be indebted to her parents, it wouldn't be based off of what outcome or what career path she ultimately chooses. It would just be a general indebtedness towards her parents. And I believe that Emily, just like a lot of people, want to do better for their parents, want to provide for them or give the things that they don't have, and ultimately any chance that they get, they would give to them, which she does. She talked about paying for trips to Cancun and paying for other lavish gifts.
My parents are like overall really happy and think I'm a good daughter. They were very happy that I bought Cancun for them.
But this idea to me that you owe somebody something even though you were brought into this world without...
Yeah, real shit. I'd be fucking wear a condom or some shit, bro. What's the point? You decide to, oh, let me have a kid. And after, boom. Oh, you're in debt to me. Do everything I want. Do anything I say.
I got a question.
Like, shut your ass up.
Before you popped it, did you check if it was real?
Any choice of yours doesn't make too much sense to me. I'm gonna have to disagree. Now, I can admit, her verbiage is nasty. Talking about how she doesn't want to do it, it's out of spite, she just changed her mind. That is where I draw the line. Like, there's no need to talk to your parents like that. But then on the other side, her parents seem a little bit greedy because how can you expect and accept all these lavish gifts, facial...
And not even reduce the price of the places. Of the thing. At least we drop it down to like, since you bought me this, oh, drop it down to, oh, and you're like 2K off.
Days, you know, all these other treatments, and then still be holding over her head this ultimate debt that she has to pay back to them, and it's only contingent if you are doing this thing called streaming. And I'm definitely not going to tell her how to use her money. She definitely has the funds to do it. But you can't accept this and then also be expecting that. Isn't that looking the gift horse in the mouth, or whatever that old adage is? Imagine being on a beach in Cancun, and you just got flown out first class on the trip, and, you know, you got your little mask on, and you're sitting next to your daughter. You got these people rubbing on your feet and all this stuff like that, and you turn to her and say, hey,
you still owe me that. Remember the money that, we spent on you to go to college? Yeah, I do. You still owe me it. You still owe me it, you know? You remember that? How can I forget?
you still owe me that $50 from when I helped you get those groceries all one time. As you're sitting on the trip that she paid for. Is that not brain dead? Now, what I feel is if there are more layers to this, I don't think that it's just about the money. They seem to be okay. I hated that sentiment of almost went broke. Even where they sit in that big house with their $1 million daughter, we're going on trips and everything like that. These people are financially okay. There's a bigger dynamic here, and I think that there are elements of tiger parenting, which I think that is something that plagues the immigrant community, specifically the Asian American community.
Besides just the way I look, a lot of other cultural differences. Like, I had a tiger mom. My mom never let me do anything. I was like restricted to staying in my 10-mile radius small town unless I was going with an adult. My curfew was like 10:30. I had a shower curfew. I needed to take a shower by a certain time before I went to bed. I've never heard of that before. Shower curfew.
Shower curfew. Shower curfew. Is it like in the night? Like you can't shower at a certain time, so like basically you have to get home before the certain time you're doing it. You have to get home so you can shower, then do whatever you're doing after.
Okay, no, that's some weird shit. What the fuck?
So many rules.
Tiger parenting is a term coined by Asian American author Amy Chua that describes these very, very strict, rigid, and almost abusive in nature parenting styles that seem to plague the Asian community, but also it's something that I find that a lot of immigrants experience when they are in America. It's a different style of parenting. It's not Western parenting. It's very strict. It's very no nonsense. It's very I'm on you
It's
about.
basically to train the kids.
Last time I took them, I won't lie, I thought I was seeing demons and shit. I was on some.
Kind of is to train the kids and stuff.
You call me and shit. I was like telling you about how like they have niggas like us like on the low. Like,
Being the best you that you can be, perfect. And it can't go overboard. Now, I don't think that this is that situation, but some of the verbiage that is brought up, some of the thought process and ideology and the decision making screams tiger parenting to me. I've preached it over and over again, but why is the fee payment based off of the career path that she ultimately chose? If the success of your
That's
child is
basically what they wanted to. They would do it if they still had the. No, they wouldn't. They have the time on. Nah, they just lazy. Not really lazy. Just like they basically trapped in a bubble. They think they're trapped in a bubble. It's just that they're out there thinking, oh, if I do this, I can't go to college again and still work and stuff. So like, yes, it would be hard, but I'd say,
yo, wait, Stacks, you still got the gym subscription?
and it would still take long. Like,
Yeah, I was about to say it. Like, try to like.
bro, it's just I don't know what's the word.
Yeah, I've been sober for a minute. Like, I just focus on like going to the gym, just work on yourself, bro. Like, that's the only thing that matters right now.
Yeah, like you said, it's just kind of
Don't even matter that much.
not really weird.
You work a job, just be stacking right now. Like,
Kind of is at the same time.
At the end of the day, money don't matter that much.
ultimate goal. It doesn't matter if they make the most money juggling balls or in banking at Chase Bank.
If you just want to keep working, like,
As long as
if you just want to keep working,
as long as the price is high,
don't be on some slave shit, bro.
it's high. That made no sense, but keep it that way. Stop.
That's all that should matter. 2, giving should be a selfless act. What people do with what you give them and what you expect in return should not even be on the forefront of your tongue. 3, I'm sorry, she's a child. She shouldn't be able to make the decision to send herself to Columbia. That shouldn't even be on her radar. I don't understand why she was allowed to say, I want to go to this Ivy League school and have it.
Or she can low-key hold it on her parents. Oh, since you guys want to still keep me on this, I'm not taking you out for no trips no more. That will probably get you this own, but it's still an option. Still an option. It's still on the plate, Still on the plate, on the menu.
Be paid out of pocket at the age of 17. That seems dumb to me. And 4, the reason why
She's 17? Oh, no, she's not.
have it be paid out of pocket at the age of 17. That seems dumb to me. And 4, the reason why I really believe there's some elements of tiger parenting in this is because as a child from Omaha even get the idea of Columbia in their head to go to school and get into finance banking. Not saying that young women don't aspire for this career path and not saying that it's the most wildest thing in the world, but I'm gonna be honest with you, this is one of the more wilder things in the world. The obligation and the constant pushing of the debt repayment from the parents while consuming the lavish lifestyle and the rewards that their child has gotten from a whole different industry screams to me tiger parenting.
I grew up with a tiger mom, a tiger dad, and essentially I grew up with a tiger family. They were super strict. They never let me have any fun.
I grew up with a tiger mom, a tiger dad, and essentially I grew up with a tiger family. They were super strict.
Isn't that typically just like the typical or stereotypical Asian household? Like this stereotypical Asian household? Yeah, it's kind of just the stereotype. Asians basically, their parents are strict. They want them to do good in life. They want to become like millionaires and shit. Oh.
I know you felt defeated, but like
And I had to excel in everything that I did, but also having tiger parents, my parents never praised me. They never gave me gratitude when I...
did something good or I succeeded at something that they pushed me to do. Not to mention how emotionally unavailable my parents were towards me. That has now grown into my adulthood, and I am trying to fix that. I was their American dream. Me going to school and me excelling in these things, they banked on that. That was their American dream.
Now, look, this whole conversation is parasocial, and I think tiger parenting is a pretty aggressive title to put on somebody. So I don't want to say that Emily's parents are full-fledged tiger parents, but I do believe that there are elements of tiger parenting in this conversation that's being had, especially the fact that they're still benefiting from her and her successful career while still seemingly demanding that she pay.
Crow, like, no, he's probably gonna link up, but like, yeah, he prioritizing money over us, but that nigga fucked up. You guys gonna be like, yo, come outside for like 6 o'clock. You guys gonna flip at 8. Bro, there's one time.
Okay, I say, okay, so like they see the parents just want the kids to be more successful than it, so they can all live happy and with kids and stuff. They probably mad because like they don't have grandchildren, and they probably want some.
Well, nah, like, you know, that's gang though. Sure, for sure. Yo, be safe. Don't let all these bitches, you know, give me gray hair, bro. I'm too young for that. Yo, be safe. Nah, for sure. Alright, no. Yo, Yato, why did you leave Samashi? I mean, not Samashi. Why did you leave, why did you leave, what's that shit called again? That shitty ass org. Seer. This nigga not here. Yo, D, you know why he left? Oh, this nigga's go fire.
Pay back this loan. I just think that it's nasty that the internet is making her feel some sort of way for the complexities of their relationship. Now, granted, she should not talk this nasty about the situation, and all of this is basically for clicks and clout. We know that. But at the end of the day, parents shouldn't look at their kids as some sort of retirement plan. They shouldn't look at their kids as some sort of get out of poverty card. They should be able to take ownership and control of their own actions and their destiny. And ultimately, if you build a great relationship with your children, it should not be any conversation about taking care of or paying back or being a part of each other's life. If you do a good job at parenting, 10 times out of 10, your child is going to want to give to you. Naturally. Get out of these people's pockets at the end of the day, man. I stop talking about it.
Let us do the heavy lifting with Walmart grocery delivery.
I remember Celia joined. Like,
She was Loki's spitting fast.
Walmart grocery delivery.
Yo, the parents are Loki taking notes. If you do a good job at parenting, he's basically preaching, bro. That's words. He's literally giving us a wise speech. Only a wise man knows how to do that. If you do a good job at parenting, your kids will actually want to stay with you, since that's what they probably want.
Nah, I think Katie's a freak. Nah. Yo.
Like you said, you know, boom. And Loki preaching.
Yo, niggas was in VC. I forgot what VC it was. I think it was Angelic. Bro, you guys start.
Yeah, so